It was just a bunch of schizophrenic people asking me when I'm gonna collab with so-and-so again. And so-and-so depends on, like, whoever I last collabed with. So it would be like, Pippa, it's been forever since you last collabed with the Lisa. When are you gonna collab with Lisa again? And then I'd collab with Lisa, and, like, literally that same night, people would be like, Pippa, it's been forever since you collabed with Kirsha. When are you gonna collab with Kirsha again? And then it would be the same fucking thing, and then it would loop to fucking other people in Face Connect, and it would be, why don't you? It would always be like so inflammatory. It would be like, I don't understand why you don't collaborate with your gen mates more when they're part of the same company as you, and you, like, how they word it. It was always so passive aggressive. I couldn't tell if it was passive aggressive or just severely autistic, but it, like, oh my god. Pippa, do you hate everyone you've ever collabed with? Yeah, it's like one of the things that has driven me further and further away from, like, consistent collaborations, because it's like it feels like I'm just gonna be making chat worse for a whole year after every time I do it. It's not as bad anymore with, like, my coworkers. Like, for a really long time, people would just keep fucking spamming. Like, oh, why don't you collab with your gen mates more? Why don't you collab with your coworkers more? Why don't you collab more with this person from FaZe or that person from FaZe? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Mostly because I enjoy solo streaming. Mostly because I enjoy solo streaming. Like, that's the main reason. But another reason
flowers have such an amazing
is I don't like fucking spamming a bunch of collabs. Every time I collab spam, I end up feeling like shit. And then when I'm done, it's like, oh yes, I get to be alone again. I never want to collab ever again. You know, Sphinx, thank you. But Pippa, Kirsha gets that all the time. The army, of course, is asking her the same thing. I'm in the boat of it. It happens. Just have fun. I don't care if other VTubers get it. I don't want to fucking deal with it. I don't want to fucking deal with it, man. It's so fucking awkward. And I feel an extra layer of pressure as a Corpo Vita. Hi, NASA. Thank you for the raid. I feel an extra layer of pressure as a Corpo VTuber where it's like I have to divide my time, right? And so if, like, the ratio is off from people within the company to outside the company, like, I feel like, like being 100% blunt, like, I feel like I'm fucking over the other members of Face Connect. Because it's like other people will find me. Like, this is just being 100%, like, this is probably not gonna sound the best, right? But, like, people from my audience will see other people in Face Connect, and then other people from other people's Face Connect audiences will see me, right? There's, like, cross-pollination here. And so every time I collab with somebody outside of Face Connect, there's, like, that risk of those viewers going from being, like, consistent Face Connect watchers to also watching people outside Face Connect. And there's no problem with that, like, on paper. Like, you could get into, like, oh, well, what if, like, those people, like, don't watch Face Connect at all anymore or whatever. But, like, the real issue with it is people keep blurring the lines because they don't understand. And there's only so many times you can explain it to people before it starts becoming like okay, people will see, like, I collab with somebody and then they'll start incorporating them into, like, the Face Connect, like, broader sphere. And being blunt, right? Like, these other people outside of Face Connect, they're not in Face Connect. So when you start asking them, like, oh, why isn't so-and-so here in this collab? It's like, well, because it's a Face Connect collab. Or why, like, there was a person that did a panel that was about Face Connect, and then they included, like, a whole 20 minutes or something of the panel to somebody that was not in Face Connect. And it's like, it makes problems for everybody. Like, I know it's not ill-intentioned, but people just don't know the lines. They don't get it. And it makes problems. It makes fucking problems. That seems pretty picky. I don't think it's picky to not want people to host a FaZe Connect panel using the FaZe Connect name and then include people that are not in FaZe Connect. Like, it's fine if you want to do a panel about VTubers. and include Face Connect and also people outside of Face Connect. But when you label it Face Connect, like you're confusing people. You're making people think that this person is part of the company. And then that creates problems for other people within the company who do only collab within the company. It creates like these weird dynamics, and then nobody wants to be the person that says, like, stop bringing up so-and-so. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be the asshole that has to come out and tell their chat, like, hey, stop bringing up this person. They're not related to what we're talking about. They're not related to the company. They're not, like, part of this. It's just, like, I still do collabs outside the company, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I have to be really careful about it. And the second, like the second you do something, you can't put it back in the box, right? People will be annoying like that. It's inevitable. I mean, people will be annoying about everything, but there's certain things that you can do to avoid it. I think it's just waiting for the audience to, like, develop more, like, culturally in that direction, I guess. Does that make sense? Because it's like, if I keep collabing with people whenever, like, the begging is bad, it just makes everything worse for everybody, right? Like, the person who people are begging, like, oh, like, why don't you, like, why isn't so-and-so in Face Connect? Like, you guys know that the person you're talking about, like, that makes them feel awkward too, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, people in Face Connect don't want other people using their name or whatever. It makes things really awkward for the person involved as well. Because a lot of the times, it's like, if they do want to join the company, there's now, like, a stigma about that. There's now like, an expectation over their head and shit. I never see any of this. Sorry, Pips. It's mostly just a few people that make really big problems. But nowadays, anyways. But for a while, like, and even still, like, there's some people where I'll like there's an example like a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not gonna give the exact example because, like, naming exact names again, like, creates more problems, makes things more awkward. But like I was like, oh, what other phase girls would you like to see me do this style of collab with? And people start spamming this other person, and it's like, this other person isn't in the company. So I know that the mindset is still there. There's, like, a lot of people that just don't get it. Don't overthink it, but it's not overthinking. It's being aware of where the mindset of the community is at. A lot of the people in the community, it's not like Hololive, for example, where people in Hololive, they know, like, these are the VTubers that are in Hololive. This is, like, the expectation of this and that, right? With Face Connect, it's like people don't necessarily get it. I think a lot of people view Face Connect as being more like a talent agency rather than a VTuber agency. I thought Lisa was in Face for a long time. That's what ends up happening. That's what ends up happening is people blur the lines in the chat and stuff, and a lot of people, like, they're not trying to be annoying about it. They're not trying to, like, cross boundaries or make things awkward for other people. They genuinely don't know. And so I have to be aware of that when I'm doing collabs, because people thinking, like, oh, this person must be in phase, or that person must be in phase, or this person is included in the phase discussions all the time. They then take that attitude to other Face Connect streamers. Yeah, like, it's not, like, in a vacuum, it's not an issue. Like, if one person does it here and there, it's not like, it's not awkward. But it's when people entirely without realizing just end up creating this accepted idea within the community. But we can't really account for stupid people like that. It sucks, but that's how it is. No, you can account for stupid people like that, and I know that you can. Because there are some people that I haven't collabed with in a really long time, and people don't do that with them anymore. There's some people that I collab with, and people don't do that at all. There's some people that I collab with semi-frequently, and people don't do that at all. If you yell at them enough, the watchers will eventually get it. Yeah, but the problem with yelling at people over it is every time you yell at people and give direct examples, that now makes the person that you're talking about feel uncomfortable. It's not a great situation for anybody. I'm gonna be like a little bit schizo. But like, there's so much power in that from VTubers to like then go, and there have been like some incidents a little bit of this where people will like, it ends up making Face Connect look bad, right? When another streamer has to come out and say like, oh, I'm not part of Face Connect, so please stop asking, or please don't like lump me in, or whatever. Right? Like it brings eyes that you don't necessarily want. But yeah. I don't know. So I'm just trying to be conscientious of collabs. I'm trying to be a lot more aware of the problems that they can make. Because I've already been doing that for the past few years. It's just an ongoing learning process. But it is like, it is difficult for me because I am a fucking social retard who doesn't understand. Trying to mitigate any issues, yeah. Being diplomatic. Don't be too schizo about it, though. Yeah. You're trying to be considerate of others and your fans, yeah. I'm mostly trying to be considerate of the other people involved in the situation.
Different.
Like, if the fans themselves, like, don't really understand, like, that's... You know, there'll always be people that just don't get it, right? But for the other streamers, it's like, I've had people, like, come to me and they're like, this is so awkward, I don't know what to do. And then they're apologizing because they feel guilty because they feel like they did this. And I'm like, I don't know, man. But they're also angry because they don't want, like, this to happen. And it's like, I don't know.
Mwah! Mwah! Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, bye-bye.